Hey everybody, this is the first episode of TruckCam in a while. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I got like a mount for my dashboard. I think it's going to be a little wobbly. I also ordered like a sandbag one that'll sit on the dash. I think that'll be a little more stable. Also, I don't know how good the microphone's going to be, but nonetheless, I just wanted to talk while I'm on my way home. I had to drop something off to my wife at work, so I have like a 15-minute drive. And I have a meeting in exactly 14 minutes, so you can't see my speedometer, so maybe that's a good thing. Anyway, I wanted to talk, actually where I picked up pre-pandemic, or right when the pandemic started, was the last truck cam that I had, and I wanted to talk specifically about virtual reality and maybe augmented reality, because here's the deal, I have multiple virtual reality headsets, and I've been thinking, and over the pandemic time, quarantine time, whatever, I assumed that I would do a lot more stuff in VR. I actually spent some time endorsed by work, like looking into the idea of virtual reality meetings, thinking maybe this was going to be how, as a society, we would manage to not counteract, but to deal with the pandemic and the separation and things like that. I'll be honest, it just doesn't seem practical. It just, no matter what headset I used, I think that the Quest would probably have been like the most likely to work. The Quest 2 is now out. I don't have a Quest or a Quest 2. I have the Oculus Go as far as mobile headsets go. Boy, this is really wobbly. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'll be able to fix that in post-edit or not. Anyway, my issue is, though, several-fold. I've been trying to think, why is it that virtual reality doesn't seem to be that panacea of awesomeness that Ready Player One, the book or the movie, really, lets it be? And I think there's a couple issues. One, it can be immersive, right? If you are in a decent headset and you are, surrounded by graphics and interactive things and you have good hand controls, it can be truly immersive. That's one of the downsides, though. I don't know if you've ever played some intense games in VR, but I have actually, holding on to the Oculus Rift or my HTC Vive, I have inadvertently gotten too close to things in my office, and I have given myself bloody knuckles, split it right open on my bookshelf because I was like swinging or trying to reach something, and I like slashing fruit with Fruit Ninja and bashed my hands right open. So part of the immersiveness can be a bad thing. I think if you had a decent amount of room and it was wide open and you didn't have to worry about that, if you had like a dedicated big space, it would be a little bit nicer. I don't know. But that is, for me, a downside. And I think what makes AR, or augmented reality, much more of a viable option. And I'll be honest, I have never been a fan of augmented reality. I thought it was gimmicky. Now, admittedly, I've only ever seen it where like you have your phone and like Pokemon Go, right? You like pointed at things and, oh, look, it's put something on the table or something. And it's always been like, well, this is impractical, right? This is not something that's going to be, I don't know, useful for anything other than like a Pokemon Go game, right? It just seemed a little silly. However, if there were some actual comfortable glasses that could manage to project augmented reality into your field of view, I don't know how to do that in a way that is good. But if you could get augmented reality to work well, I could see that being good. Whether it's a meeting where you're in your office and then, augmented reality brings another person into that room that you're physically in, that could be awesome. That might really be good. It would be one of those holographic things that they try to do in the news that don't ever really work well. I could see augmented reality being awesome. I've seen augmented reality with full-on VR goggles, and there's like cameras on the outside. The problem with that, though, is the second issue that I have with virtual reality, it can be very cumbersome and unpleasant for extended periods of time, right? Those goggles, no matter how nice they are, can be a real pain. They make me very sweaty. They're heavy. They cause eye strain after a while. And it's not an issue of resolution necessarily, because I think Minecraft has taught us that resolution does not a fun experience make. Rather, because of the Fresnel lenses that are required, it just makes for an unpleasant long-term experience. And so if AR could be done in a way that just required glasses, I don't know. Has anybody, so if anybody's watching this and you experienced Google Glass before the privacy issues and it kind of went off, it wasn't a thing anymore, how did they manage to give you like a heads-up display? Was that, I don't know what that looked like. I don't know if that's the sort of thing that they could do with AR glasses, but I'm starting to get the love for the concept of AR, where it can put things into your actual environment. I think that it would solve a lot of the issues that I have with VR. I would still like to see VR in an immersive way, but I don't know, you almost have to have more than just a headset and a little bit of space. And I know that they try really hard to like map out the floor. I did that, but I like reached over the area and bashed my knuckles on the wall. That's my own doing. But VR is not all that I hoped, at least not with the current Fresnel lenses. And that the Fresnel lens, if you're not familiar with that, it's those really thick like Coke bottle type lenses that allow the wide field of vision to be condensed into a very small area right onto your eyeball. I know that there are technologies out there to make it not require Fresnel lenses, but they're not there yet. Like with fiber nanotubes or whatever, we're just not there yet. So Fresnel lenses are really the only current way to do that. I don't know, it makes for an experience that is less than awesome. I personally also get motion sick, or maybe it's called reverse motion sickness, I don't even know. But in VR, I tend to get motion sick when I'm like in a vehicle riding or moving, and it's because my eyes see that I'm moving, but I'm not actually moving, and so it makes for a nauseating experience for me. There are some tricks like fans. If you blow a fan on your face while you're in VR, sometimes that helps because your body feels motion of air, and so it's like, oh, I guess he's really moving. But anyway, I don't know. I'm frustrated with VR. I really thought that was going to make the pandemic like awesome, and kids were going to be able to put on like Oculus Go glasses and go on field trips, and it would be just like, if they were in a bus together and going, I don't know, it just didn't really come to fruition. Tried a bunch of different rooms. In fact, one of my coworkers really likes VR. I won't call him out, but he's really into VR, and we even tried to do some meetups, whether it was in, the Oculus environment or I forget, Microsoft has one now, VR rooms or VR, I don't even know. And then there's VR chat. None of them are really an experience that makes you feel like you're meeting with somebody. It just feels like a game that's more interactive. And while there's nothing wrong with interactive games, it really wasn't what I was going for with trying to get closeness with a person who is not there. I think Google Meet is more effective at feeling like you're connecting with somebody than a virtual reality, and that's unfortunate. So anyway, that's all. I've just been pondering recently some thoughts on virtual reality, and I really wanted to get into TruckCam because this is a time where if I'm not just kind of doing a brain dump while I'm driving, I'm just going to be like listening to the news, and that's really depressing. So anyway, I'll keep doing these things. If there are topics you would like to have me talk through or you want to discuss, let me know in the comments here or message me on Twitter or something, because this is really just a good time for me to talk through things and post it up so everybody can participate in the comments section. It's kind of like a podcast, but not. It's TruckCam. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm about home, so I'm going to close this for now. Hopefully the video's not too jittery. If it is, I'll try to fix it in post-production. I don't know. We'll see what happens. No, it's a green light. I get to go. Oh, people are frustrating. Anyway, I hope I hit record. I tried really hard not to look at the camera while I was driving, but I will see you next time on TruckCam or on YouTube or on Brain and Sean Tech Tips. All the things that I do, I'm usually the guy in front of the camera. I'll see you there.